Now, to talk about the issues concerning NLC and they wanting to not want the federal government to pass the tax reform bills, we have Engineer Comrade Aloysius, the Chairman, Joint Public Service Negotiation Council from Benue State, who is joining us now. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us at this time.
Yeah, good evening.
All right, so what's your take on Labour demanding for the suspension of the tax reform bill? Is the Nigerian Labour Congress against it? And if not, what are those concerns?
Yeah, the truth is that as a representative of organized people in Nigeria and the general public, the interest of Nigerians has become paramount to the leadership of Nigerian Labour Congress. It's on the view of that the Nigerian Labour Congress decided that in as much as the federal government wants to review the tax policy, that critical stakeholders that are supposed to be partners in the governance of all Nigerians should be carried along so that they can cross-fertilize the ideas with the view of having a perfect and a situation that all workers will not be negatively affected. I think it is on that angle that Nigerian Labour Congress is coming out that they should suspend whichever policy they have until they go back to the drawing board. And all necessary social media stakeholders will be informed. Because as a matter of fact, you have experts in all fields that they will be able to bring out their own suggestions that at the end of the day will have a robust and a certain policy that Nigerians at large will benefit. I think that is on the ground of that the organized labor or the Nigerian Labour Congress decided to come out with that statement.
So this tax reform bill, according to the government, will impact the lives of the people. But it came as a surprise to some Nigerians that if the Nigerian Labour Congress have joined others to call for a suspension for wider consultation, what do they intend to achieve? Because many Nigerians don't pay taxes.
The truth is that whether you like it or not, the Nigerian Labour Congress still represents a very large number of people. Apart from people in the organized sector, even the common people or the downtrodden also believe that the Nigerian Labour Congress represents the interests of masses of Nigeria. Now, what the Nigerian Labour Congress is saying in essence is not to say that they don't want the policy as but critical stakeholders must be involved. Because no one has an island, no one is an island and has a monopoly of knowledge. By the time the critical stakeholders are involved, we'll be able to make an input. The Nigerian Labour Congress will also need to make an input because that has to do with the interests of the workers of Nigeria. And as you recall, that any policy that has no positive impact in the earnings of workers in Nigeria will not go down well with the working class. So it's on that the Nigerian Labour Congress is advocating that the policy might be a very good one, but that does not mean that you cannot give room for people who can make positive input with the view of changing the narrative that will affect Nigerians positively at the long run.
Okay, all right. So since this bill, according to some analysis that have come up about it, is supposed to be something that should gear state governments up in trying to get more revenue for themselves, so that at the end of the day, when sharing comes, they will also have much to get for themselves. And if the NLC now is saying that they want the bill to be withdrawn, do you think Nigerians would stand with NLC at this time if it seems as if the NLC is not going for what is for their interest?
The truth still remains that the Nigerian Labour Congress, time immemorial, have actually represented the interests of the masses of Nigeria. Even though some few individuals from certain quarters might not be very comfortable because of their own view, that does not undermine the capacity or what the Nigerian Labour Congress have been doing from time immemorial. Now, yes, the policy may have a very positive impact on the revenue that will be accrued to various state governments. We are not doubting that policy or the product. But what we are saying is that there are key Nigerian Labour Congress and other bodies are key stakeholders as far as policies that have to do with the economic policy of Nigeria must be involved in carrying out such policies. So if they are carried along, they will have one or two inputs to make with the view of making a robust and having, at the end of the day, something that will be of great benefit to both the state government and also the workers and even those who are not in the organized private private sector. It will have a positive impact on all Nigerians. In as much as you want to give me something, that's why a need assessment is also very important in policy making. Because if you want to give me something, I should have an idea about what you want to give to me. And I should also make an input. If you give me this, I think I'll do well if this is what is given to me. This is the angle Nigerian Labour Congress is coming from. So we have the opinion that in as much as the policy might be very wonderful to Nigerians, critical stakeholders has to be carried along so that at the end of the day, we will have a very clear picture of what is happening and we can brief our members at the.
All right, we really thank you so much for sharing your views with us on this particular subject. Thank you so much for joining us on Galaxy TV News.
And thank you for inviting me to the television.
And that's Engineer Umaja Aloysius, the Joint Public Service Negotiation Council, Benue State.